I'm gonna show you how to stop watching porn completely, even if you love it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was addicted to watching porn for 6 years, bro. I honestly, I used to love watching porn, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the dopamine, the pleasure, all that, I used to love it. But after I would do it, man, I would feel horrible. I would feel guilty. I would feel like I hate myself. I hate my life. I can't even speak to my family. I can't even hold a woman's eye contact, bro. It destroyed my life. But the thing is, I loved watching it because it made me feel good. That's the thing. But it made me feel good in a short amount of time, and in the long term, it made me feel bad. But you know, bro, I really, I'll tell you a story here. I really used to love watching porn. But when I got into self-improvement and I started, you know, watching Hamza, watching like Iman Gadzhi, watching these guys, and they told me to like lift weights and build an aesthetic physique and be more attractive to girls, things like that. And I remember when I bought like two dumbbells at home, and I started lifting them. In a very short amount of time, I honestly hated watching porn. I didn't want to watch it anymore. Because here's the thing. The reason we love watching porn is because it spikes up our dopamine. It makes us feel good, basically. It makes us feel good. It spikes up our dopamine. Now, the thing about dopamine is there is healthy dopamine and there is unhealthy dopamine. And you basically know this, like there are good ways to get dopamine and bad ways to get dopamine. The good ways are like lifting weights, you know, meditating, journaling, reading. The bad ways are like watching porn, video games, junk food. You know all this basically. But the main reason, the core reason we watch porn is just dopamine. You want dopamine. You want to spike dopamine in your system. You want to feel good. Your body wants to feel good, basically. And porn spikes up your dopamine in a massive way, making you feel tons and tons of pleasure. But we could change this, we could switch this. So instead of getting our dopamine from the bad habits, from the porn, from the video games, from the junk food, instead we still get dopamine, basically the same amount of dopamine, but from the good habits. From lifting weights, from meditating, from journaling, from reading. It's that simple. So instead of getting your dopamine from the bad habits, you just get it from the good habits. And what you need to do, the only thing you need to do is just start doing the good habits. If you just do the good habits, you will notice that the bad habits just go away instantly, automatically. You will stop doing them. Because your dopamine is being spiked from the good habits, which is good, healthy dopamine. You should actually, like, dopamine is a good thing, bro. Dopamine is a very good thing, because without dopamine, you wouldn't even feel good. Like, you wouldn't even feel happy. You would always be sad. So, the good habits make you feel good. You get me? So, the way to stop watching porn, even if you love it, is to love your goals more than you love watching porn. Is to have goals that you focus on, and you will find that you will stop watching porn because you're getting that dopamine from the good habits, basically. Like there was a famous study, bro, that was made. I don't remember the scientist's name, honestly, but this was a famous study made like in the 60s or 70s, and it's a very like fascinating study about like addictions and things like that. So they got rats, you know, they got like rats, and they put them in like this like small room, this very small room, like it's this big, it's very small, like box basically, and they had two bottles, a bottle with water and a bottle with cocaine. And the rats were alone, like the rats were alone, they didn't have anyone, they didn't have anything to do but just pick one of the two bottles. And 99% of the time, the rats picked the cocaine. Every single time, not even 99%, every single time they picked the cocaine. But they did another thing where they got those same rats that were addicted to cocaine. And the thing is, they would keep drinking cocaine until they would die, basically. Like, they would keep drinking the cocaine until they would die, when they were alone in that small little circle, basically. Now, they did another thing. They got another group of rats and they put them in the same circle, but they named it Rat Park, and it had, like, you know, hamster wheels and very fun things for the rats to play. They had a lot of things for the rats to do, like hamster wheels and food and things like that. No, not food, honestly, but a lot of games for the rats to play. And they had other rats with them in the place. And you know what happened? None of the rats drank cocaine. They only drank water. So because basically the rats were getting, I don't know if rats have dopamine, honestly, but they were getting the good feeling, they were getting happy from, you know, interacting with each other, with like the fun games, things like that. It's the same thing for us humans. You feel good from your goals instead of these bad habits, instead of watching porn, instead of masturbating, basically. Right? So you focus on your goals. You focus on your goals, the 5 main goals of self-improvement, which are working out, going to the gym, building that aesthetic physique, meditating, you know, getting that mindfulness. So you focus on your goals. You do the 5 main self-improvement habits, and these habits actually give you a lot of dopamine. Like, they spike your dopamine very, very well. They will give you the same amount of dopamine as like all of the bad habits, like porn and junk food and video games, but in a healthy way, which are working out, going to the gym, lifting weights, meditating, you know, focusing on the breath, journaling, you know, gratitude journaling and writing, things like that, working, having a business to work on, and reading, right? And a bonus one, of course, sleeping early. Getting some good sleep also gives you a lot of dopamine, right? Another thing, number 7, is improving your diet, and number 8 is social skills. So there's 8 things to do to spike up your dopamine instead of watching porn, which are working out, meditating, journaling, working, having some meaningful work, reading, having a healthy diet, sleeping early, and social skills. If you do just one of these things, you focus on them, just like me with lifting weights. When I started lifting weights, I stopped all of my bad habits because I was getting that dopamine from lifting weights. I was getting that happiness from lifting weights, basically. But the urges are still here, bro. The urge, the FAP is still here. How do you beat these urges? Now, the single greatest way to beat urges is not to take a deep breath and focus on your breath, or focus on like the energy or semen retention or all this like weird shit. The single greatest way to beat urges, bro, is to change your physical location. So you get urges basically because you are in the place that you FAP in. You are in the place. Like, if you've been addicted, like, you've probably been addicted for like how long? Like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, like me. Look at every single time you FAP'd. You FAP'd in a certain place. Like 99% of the time, it's in the same place. For me, it's my bed. Most likely for you, it's your bed as well. Most of the time you FAP in your bed, right? Now, the reason you actually get urges is because you are in the place you FAP in, which is most likely your bed. And the way to beat urges is to just move. It's to just move. Move from your bed and sit somewhere else. And I realized this, bro. Like, I journaled about this, and I found that every single time I used to FAP, I did it in my bed. So the way I actually beat urges, and I actually beat porn and masturbation, is every time I would get horny, I would just move. I would just sit somewhere else. This is literally the best way to beat any urge. It's not to take a deep breath and focus on the breath. Like, yes, I love mindfulness, and breathing is very good for you and very healthy for you, but for watching porn, masturbating, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, bro. What works is changing your physical environment. This is how you beat urges forever, bro. And you will realize when you feel horny that you were in the place that you FAP in. You will realize, I feel horny, but I'm in the place that I usually do it in. So this is literally the greatest way and the easiest way. Just get up and sit somewhere else. Like if you're watching like a video or something, or reading a book, just sit somewhere else. It's that simple. Like keep watching your video or keep, reading your book or whatever, but the most important thing is to just move, sit somewhere else. And instantly, when you sit somewhere else, you will notice that that urge disappears. It will disappear instantly. All right? So that's how you beat urges. So the best 2 tips I can give you is focus on your goals and change your physical environment. And another thing on your physical environment is to focus that the place you're sitting in is, first of all, very comfortable for you and is facing away from the place that you usually FAP in. Alright? This is all you need to stop watching porn and FAPing. Now I know I say the same thing in all of the videos, but if I kept changing it up, like if I kept telling you, this is the best strategy, no, this is the best strategy, this is the best strategy, well, what the hell do you do? I keep saying the same thing. Like, yes, I changed some things in every video, but it's the same rules because this is what actually worked for me. This is how I actually stopped. Focus on your goals and change your physical environment. And as always, bro, we're in this together and we're gonna make it. I promise you, we're gonna make it together, bro. Peace, take care.